Good morning. Welcome to our daily word this morning. It's Friday. We have reached the end of another week, and I'm glad you could join me for our time together as we share our lives together and share in conversation about Scripture. It's a beautiful, sunny Friday morning. So just a reminder, you should know by now, but just a reminder, there is not in-person worship this Sunday only. We had worship on Wednesday. We recorded it. It'll be on our Facebook page. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on the website. So if you want to join for worship on Sunday morning or anytime, you can look it up there, and it'll be available for you. Just this Sunday only. Okay, so don't forget that. And a reminder that next Wednesday is lunch with the pastor. I'll be fixing us a Thanksgiving meal. So hopefully you've signed up. If you haven't signed up yet, if you want to come, just go ahead and come. We always have lots and lots of food to share. So this morning is daily word number 815. And as I'm grateful that you could carve out time, that you say good morning, that you choose to spend these few minutes, 7, 8, or 9, or 10 minutes with me on the daily basis. So I've chosen for this morning just this one particular verse and these particular words from Jesus, Luke 12, verse 48. And I think they're powerful words for us. To whom much is given, much is required. We just went through an election on Tuesday. Folks were reelected. New folks were elected. And think about it locally. City council members were elected. School board members were elected. These are local things. And for Sydney and for school districts and for towns who elected mayors and things like that, these are important things. People color in beside the name when you went to vote, like I did. And you put your trust in these folks who have decided they want to be in public service. And it's a commendable thing. I've thought about it often. Maybe in my retirement, I'll choose to run for city council or something like that. And then, of course, we have bigger elections, on the national level and the state level and all of these things. And then there's, it's this Scripture speaks to that, but I think it also speaks to us. To whom much is given, much is required. And I think for us, it's this reminder of grace and mercy that God freely gives to us, that when we've been given it, when it's been bestowed on us, all this that we have, that we have to somehow have it flow forward, have it go somewhere else and to something else for the better good, for the common good. We sometimes, though, like to think that what we have, what we've been given, we like to clamp it on ourselves like with Velcro, and it holds tight to us. And if it starts to get pulled off, we can hear that large sound when Velcro is released, and we can slap it back on tight. I don't think we always recognize in our lives or appreciate all that we've been given. Sometimes we simply concentrate on how we've been offended, how we can change the things around us, how we can have a negative impact on something. And I think this Scripture is a clear and solid reminder for us that we've been given a lot. I'm hard on politicians these days. I get that. I talk about it a lot. But I think somehow, we've forgotten, that when we've been given that all that power or all those votes or all that whatever, much is expected. Good things are expected. And when I see shouting and yelling and name calling and all of that, I think that's not at all what we're called to be about. But it's not just that, because we can deflect to politicians and government and all of that, even at a local level, and not take it seriously for ourselves. Jesus sought to create a deep sense in his followers and to us, I think, about personal choice, responsibility, and freedom in the here and now. Not just in the afterlife, but in the here and now. And we have to understand that we are called to live our lives in such a way to recognize this deep sense inside of us that all that we've been given, and if we were to characterize all of that, you and I, we could talk about, we could make a long list of all that we've been given. And those lists would be long. It would be a reminder for us that all that we've been given, if we hold tight to it only and don't share it with others, if we say, well, they already have enough, or they should pick themselves up by the bootstrap, or whatever it is, then we've missed the point of this. We are called to do these exact words that Jesus says. We've been given much, and much is required of us. Now, the much we can interpret in our own ways. You know me, I would interpret it as love. I would interpret it as giving all of ourselves to somebody else. I would interpret it as turning the other cheek. I would interpret it as, how we serve in the church and serve each other and be in mission together. The much here can be determined by all of us in our own personal ways. Much is given, much is required. And maybe that's something for us to munch on in our lives as we live together. So that's our daily word as we end it today. So thanks for joining me this morning for our time together. We will be this Sunday morning. We're traveling 3.5 hours for the wedding of my niece. And so we appreciate your prayers for traveling mercies as we share in that time together. And then a bunch of us are going to La Comedia tonight, 30 of us. So we ask for your prayers for that as well as we look forward to a good time together. So as always, thanks for joining me. Know of God's love and the much that you've been given. Know of my love for you, all that we've been shared in our lives. And I will look forward to seeing you Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great day.